Today we are converting this wooden vivarium into a screen top vivarium for my king snake. We're using the custom reptile habitats conversion kit for this little project. What comes in this kit is a humidity control panel, obviously your screen mesh, and a cardboard template plus the screws to insert it. The first thing that we need to do is to place the cardboard template on the top of your vivarium. Then measure from the sides so you know you have it placed correctly, and then trace around your template. I wanted it central in the viv as much as possible. So a good tip for you is to place your cardboard template at the top left corner, measure the gap remaining at the bottom and at the side. Divide both of these by 2, and that's the distance you should have for the width and height to make sure that your template is placed perfectly central. Once you've traced around it, now we need to drill holes. Drill a hole on the inside of each corner of the square. This hole needs to be big enough so that you can get a jigsaw blade in. Don't worry, you don't need to go too close to the inside. Bring it slightly inwards and then you can move inwards towards the line as you're cutting. Now this is where we get our jigsaw. Slowly cut from one hole inwards along the line to the other, and then repeat the process until you neatly cut out a square. Don't worry if you leave some bits here and there, you can go back with the blade after and tidy this up. Now what we want to do is sand down the wood on the underside so that there's no sharp areas where a snake can come in contact with, or any reptile you're going to use this on. Now we need to get all the screws in. Start with all 4 corners. Once you get those in, then you can start on the rest. Again, like before, measure it up, do what you need to do to make sure you have it exactly where you want it. Note that the screws are 1/2 an inch long and are designed to go into a top that's at least 1/2 an inch thick. Now for those of you that have high humidity species, the humidity control panel can be customized to your needs. Let's say you have a heat lamp. You can cut out a circle for a dome. Or you could cut out a square for your UV and then leave the rest intact to retain that humidity. However, you can literally cut it out whatever way you want to suit your own configuration. But the reason I'm choosing to use this screen, and the reason that I reached out in the first place, is that this screen only blocks around 22% of UV. Now if you watched our UV guide, you will see that that's a massive difference compared to other screens that block up to like 50% in other meshes. Now you might think, but why are you going for a mesh top when you could house your lighting inside and have 0% blocked? Well, the reason is there is a lot of heat generated from these lamps, which results in less control over temperatures as the air temperature rises inside the vivarium. Of course, this will influence the probe on the stat, and that thermostat will dim or even turn off the heat lamp completely. This leaves me completely without near-infrared radiation for the snake to bask under, and I don't want that. I want all radiation available at all times. I can allow climbing whilst basking, making it safer, especially when climbing can be associated with better basking opportunities. It then becomes counterproductive to have a basking spot to be the lowest point in the vivarium whilst you're trying to provide climbing in the shaded area. And that way the situation's kind of inverse. So this will allow me to create more complex gradients in temperature, climbing, lighting, etc., leading to a more complex habitat and higher welfare. If you want to get the custom reptile habitats conversion kit, you can find my link in the description or the pinned comment and a discount code that you can get nowhere else. This is the only discount code and it's made specifically for subscribers of this channel. So if you're interested in that, check that out. In the next video of this mini-series, we'll be installing a universal rock background and decorating the habitat. And I'll show you how I'm going to place things with the lighting on top in mind to create a much more complex habitat.